Before I start this video, I know emotions are high. Let me be very clear. I support PewDiePie. I always have supported PewDiePie. No, I don't want to cause problems for him. And yes, I do believe that he's trying to move on from it. But if you look at the history of my channel, the many videos I have supporting him doesn't mean that I can't criticize one thing that the man does. Nobody's infallible. Nobody's above criticism. And if you don't criticize the people that you also call your friends, then you're not helping them. To simply allow this to pass and just forget it is not a good thing. And last night when Ethan Klein chimed in, also supporting the donation to this organization that keeps lists of YouTube channels that they demand be deplatformed. In fact, the same organization has demanded and successfully gotten Disney to drop PewDiePie from his show. It is appalling. It is a disgusting, hypocritical thing to do. And yes, I'm going to point it out. Ethan Klein, I still am a fan of your content when you make it. But geez, dude, how far are you removed from the YouTube community? Have you totally forgotten what it was like? Are you just going to be one of those, well, I've made it now, so forget everybody else people? This was one of the most disheartening tweets I've ever seen, Ethan. And when you replied to me directly, it was a level of hypocrisy I didn't think could have been achieved. Let's get into the video. Hey, awesome quick update about notifications. If you go to thequartering.com and you get this notice here to allow notifications, you can also do it from your mobile phone. You will then be notified of every single upload I do, regardless of the YouTube notification system. I tested it last night and it works. So please head over to thequartering.com and click to allow notifications, and boom, you'll get notified of all new videos and you won't have to rely on YouTube. Well, I was already going to make a video about this Ethan Klein endorsement of the donation to the ADL, but overnight, apparently, he also replied to me on Twitter, which I do appreciate, Ethan. And the fact that you interacted probably will remove a small bit of venom from my video in and of itself, because I'm hoping that despite history showing otherwise, that you will understand why your statement and your support of any donation to this organization is short-sighted and out of touch. First part, if you're not aware, if you don't care about PewDiePie or H3 Productions or The Quartering, here's what you should care about. A large sum of money was donated to an organization that has a long and documented history of demanding and succeeding in deplatforming YouTubers for using words they don't like, including PewDiePie himself. When he donated that large sum of money to them, many people didn't like it. Many people asked, why would you fund this? Because in many ways, the next wave of deplatformings, in a way, are going to be on PewDiePie's hands. If you fund the organization, this is how they spend the money, pretending to be outraged and demanding YouTube ban channels. You're now part of that, PewDiePie, and that's why people are mad. Look, nobody, well, I should say, I have a long and illustrious history of backing you. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel, and maybe 10 of them or so are on PewDiePie, okay? And all of them, every single one of them is supporting you. Every single video supporting PewDiePie, helping him with his sub goal, talking about him being on DLive, talking about all this, everything. I put out one video reminding him that this was a mistake, and a lot of people are upset. Look, I support PewDiePie. Everybody makes mistakes. But last night, Ethan Klein sent out a tweet, and it was curious. It's funny how once you've made it, once you're a millionaire, you seem to forget about the rest of us out here trying to get a piece of the pie. Ethan Klein, who has whined about YouTube demonetization in the past, is now donating to an organization that actively seeks that. Do you understand, Ethan, how hypocritical that is? Do you understand why people don't like that? It's as simple as that. And then you come out and say, real-time footage of everyone mad at PewDiePie for donating to this organization. And it's a snowflake gif. Ha 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 ha. So anybody that speaks out against donating money to an organization that has dedicated a significant amount of time to deplatforming YouTubers and to putting free speech back decades as a snowflake. Hot take, Ethan. God, this is hurt so at my very core. This is so frustrating to me because I've backed you from the start. I've donated to your FUPA fund. By the way, was there any money left from FUPA? And has it gone to protecting fair use in any other case? Or is that money just sitting in a trust collecting interest? I'm genuinely asking because, like many of us who donated and stood behind you in your battle against Bold Guy, where's the rest of the money? Did you spend it all? Where's an update on that? How about telling the YouTube community who donated to it what happened with that? It's questionable, to say the least, because there have been plenty of other YouTubers that could have used your support or the FUPA support to fight against these large companies. How about Angry Joe, for example, who's continually dealing with manual claims from greedy corporations like Warner Brothers? But you don't care about that because it's somebody else's problem, Ethan. And then you go on in a kind of like a sarcastic, you know, I got a little pushback, so I'm going to be all ignorant of why. Oh, I forgot to disclose hashtag ad. I wasn't paid anything, but, you know, being Jewish somehow explains why I'm defending PewDiePie instead of the fact that people are getting triggered over nothing. Are you joking, Ethan? This is the problem. This organization deplatforms YouTubers. You are a YouTuber. In spite of your lineage, which nobody cares about, you should be against giving this money, period. All right? And you're somebody who has a deep personal connection to PewDiePie. You can contact him anytime you want. So why wouldn't you have just said this to him? Why are you stepping out in what seems like support of this organization that does not have YouTube's best interest in mind, that does not have comedy in mind? Meanwhile, good luck deciding if I'm backstabbing, I'm a backstabbing hater of PewDiePie or a defender instead of a nuanced human being. Oh, big brain, Ethan Klein. Sorry, we could only hope to be on your intellectual level. I wish I could see the world through your lens. I would understand everything so much more clearly. The idea that you aren't just glomming onto this is ridiculous. Of course you are. And you're not supporting PewDiePie at all. If you wanted to support him, you wouldn't have brought up the donation, where the donation went to. And then you have his reply to me, which is a nuclear level of hypocrisy. And oh, by the way, how about a little montage of him being hypocritical before we get into this?
He dropped the N-bomb, and he dropped it pretty hard. Not like,
yeah,
it wasn't like a Tomahawk tactical missile. It was more of just like a Hiroshima.
Good whore. It's just a wonderful string of words.
On a personal level, I think it's gross, it's irresponsible, and it's not cool. And the way he used it was just awful. You know,
I love that I can just say nigger.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't really say that.
Do you feel like
empowered?
I feel like you're using it a little liberally.
I love saying nigger. It's so wonderful.
I mean, he's 27 years old. At this point, he should know better than and beyond that, he's freaking PewDiePie. He's the biggest YouTuber. He represents all of us. It needs to be more responsible.
Good whore.
Especially after we all stuck our necks out to defend him. Disappointed is how I would describe my feelings on that one.
Okay, then overnight, again, Ethan does reply to me, which I appreciate, Ethan. And I know I'm spirited in this video because this is an important topic, and I feel like either people don't know why people are upset about where that money went, or they're being purposely disingenuous, and I don't know which one it is. There is so much wrong with this tweet. He says, dude is trying to turn a new leaf. We agree. And if anyone knows, you would know because you can talk to the guy. I can't. If anyone is concerned about his money, it's you. Oh, really? I'm concerned about PewDiePie's money.
It's PewDiePie. Let's talk about money for a little bit. So whenever it comes out how much I made a certain year, people just get so shocked.
Bro, what?
Conclusion, it seems like the whole world cares more about how much money I make than I do myself.
It's funny. It's going super fast and it feels so slow because he was getting like 1 million a day.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I guess you just can't maintain that.
Well, here you can see he got this month almost 7 million. He makes. How much
Well,
does
that
he
is
make?
completely unknown.
Let's say 3. I think that's fair. He has like 1 million.
Not fair.
It is fair. He's got millions of mid-rolls and his videos are super long.
You accused me of worrying about money? Are you joking? I've never talked about the amount of money that PewDiePie makes. In fact, he has publicly said he's uncomfortable talking about it and he doesn't want to talk about it. You're supposedly his friend. His friend. You are sitting here in a public forum while your wife is clearly trying to steer the topic away from it because she seems to understand that PewDiePie wouldn't like you talking about it. Imagine if one of your friends on a gigantic platform was speculating about how much money you make. It's one thing to me for a man or woman to be concerned about another man or woman's income. It's none of your business. It's a bad look. But this dude is supposedly your friend. You're taking up for him, and yet you're monetizing, talking about how much money he makes. In fact, despite Gila's many attempts to get you to change the subject, you continue to want to talk about how much money the dude makes. Back up a little bit on accusing others of being worried about money.
That's more than fair.
It's not like Twitch when you know exactly what
Trust
people
me.
make. Okay, but I want people to understand that on YouTube you cannot really know.
I feel he makes between 2 and 3 CPM. With the
could be
amount of
1.
mid-rolls, it's not 1.
But you gotta average all the videos that get demonetized or claimed or whatever.
1.8 million a month. Nobody's surprised that PewDiePie's rich.
And nobody's surprised that you care. Now, Ethan, this isn't some old video. This is just from a few days ago. He continues. And he says, if anyone is concerned about his money, it's you, which clearly that's not true. And how much you can make by sensationalizing his donation for your own gain. By the way, I've made one video on the topic, okay? Enjoy the clickbait. Looking forward to seeing my face in your next thumbnail. Good luck with the ad revenue. So how many times has he mentioned money in just this one tweet? 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 times. You could stretch it and say 5. In just 100 words, he mentions money 4 or 5 times. But I'm the one that cares about money. Look, do I want to earn money making YouTube videos? Of course I do. What's wrong with that? And coming from you, worrying about putting people's faces in thumbnails, that's rich. Let's see. Let's see, you've got the Rick and Morty guy. Here you've got somebody's Instagram picture. You've got 10 other influencers in your thumbnail. Here you have Filthy Frank. Here you have some other prankster. Here you have iDubbbz. Here you have literally nothing but other people's faces in your thumbnails. Let's look at your podcast. How about that? We can look at, oh, here's Pro Jared's face, Dave Chappelle's face, Mick West's face. Here's the guy, it looks like Hawkeye. Here you're talking about monetization. Worried about money, Ethan? I mean, you are... Here's Post Malone. I mean, your entire podcast is about bringing in your rich, popular friends and then using them to get highlight clips for your highlight channel, which you've yourself admitted that makes significantly more money than your podcast channel. And you have nothing but clickbait on here. Gila serves Ethan divorce papers. I mean, they fall in love with The Bachelor. Here's one about Ninja. Here's one about Post Malone. Are you joking, Ethan? Let's get real, all right? Look, YouTube is about getting people's attention. YouTube is about entertaining. Of course, you're going to be talking about public figures. There aren't a bunch of people making videos about me because I'm a nobody. You're Ethan Klein. You're one half of the world famous H3H3 Productions. behind some of the absolute best videos on YouTube, but behind some of the absolute worst, most hypocritical takes ever on YouTube. Your podcast channel has not been good for you because it's provided the internet a litany of stream of consciousness statements coming from your mouth that turn you into a villain, a particular thing that you could avoid with well-scripted videos. But these days it seems you're more concerned about money and yourself than anything else. The number one reason people backed you originally were that you were the voice of YouTubers. You get why people feel betrayed, right? You were our voice. You were speaking out against YouTube. You used to fight back. Now you're endorsing an organization that actively looks to hurt YouTubers. If you can't see why people are mad about that, I can't help you. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, before you leave, make sure you leave a like and drop a comment on it. It's the only way to help the channel grow in today's YouTube environment. Above, you'll find a link to subscribe, and make sure you turn your notifications on, or if you just want to check out another video, there's one of those up there too.